Now, did he put the olive oil on? Is there olive oil on there?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Souji, and today we're continuing my series on the Greece and Turkey trip with Celebrity Silhouette. If you haven't seen my previous videos from this series, you can check it out here. Today's stop was the island of Crete, which was my favorite day of the entire trip. Crete is actually the largest island of Greece. It is, I think, 90 miles across or something like that. It has so many different types of biomes on it. So just on this tour, we saw like 3 or 4 different types of biomes. We booked a small Jeep tour of the island, so it was only 6 of us in a Jeep driving around the island. And our tour guide was named Dionysus, like the Greek god of drinking. And he said his wife's name was Aphrodite. So this is where we got to get really up close and personal with like Greek people and Greek culture, because we just had like a guy driving a Jeep as our tour guide rather than more like established tour agencies with like a rehearsed script. We started the day by driving straight up to the top of the mountain with occasional stops to see the nature. As we got higher and higher, there was actually lots of goats on the road that we had to avoid. It was really charming though, like it really gave us small town village vibes when we would just have to stop to let the goats cross. As we were going up the island, it felt like just plains and like grass and some trees. But as we got higher and higher, we drove into a lodge that was in the mountains, and it literally felt like a Pacific Northwest type of vibe with all these evergreen trees, and it was suddenly really chilly. Like we didn't feel like we were in Greece anymore. We had a super hearty breakfast there of some vegetables, some cheese, a spanakopita, and a Greek mountain tea, which I really loved. So I ended up buying it. I asked the tour guide about it, and he said that it's literally just random weeds that are pulled out of the grass on a beach, and they just dry it and drink it. And I really liked it, so I bought some. After breakfast, we went down to the Samaria National Gorge, which is where the lodge was situated above, and we got to see like the mountains in the distance, which was really nice. Then, because we were in a Jeep, we off-roaded down the mountain on this barely there rocky path to go to this olive oil mill. And on the way there, the tour guide told us that Crete has recently been investing a lot into tourism to try to get up to speed compared to Mykonos or Santorini. That was the reason I think I liked this island the most. Like, the tourists hadn't fully shown up yet, so it still had its charm, and the locals there were still very like friendly and not absorbed by the tourism. Places like Mykonos and Santorini felt kind of like industrialized tourism, where they were just trying to get as many tourists in and out as fast as possible, so it kind of lost the charm of like what makes that place very unique. Like, I didn't mention this in my previous videos, but in Mykonos and Santorini, we just had like earpieces on and we were just listening to the tour guides talking while we walked in like a group of 30. So I cannot stress this enough, like small group tours are the way to go. Having only 6 people meant that we could just chat with the tour guide and ask him questions. We went to the Anoskeli olive oil mill, where we got to try an amazing olive oil and 5 wines and a bunch of pairings. So it was way more plentiful than what we had in Santorini. Like, it was almost a full meal. For the wines, we got to try 2 whites, 2 reds, and a rosé. And we ended up really enjoying everything and bought some stuff. So we bought 2 wines, which are long gone, and this olive oil from Anoskeli wine mill, which I only have like this much left because I use it for all my salad dressings. What makes this olive oil from Crete so special is that when you drink it, it like burns going down your throat. And apparently that's something that's very special to Cretan olive oils. Like, I tried this expensive bottle of Cretan olive oil from Trader Joe's as well, and even that like burned my throat going down. They specifically told us not to use Greek olive oil for cooking. In fact, they do all their cooking there with sunflower oil. So that's why I only use this one for salad dressings or for drizzling on top of things. I won't let heat touch this. Our last stop on the tour was to visit one of the world's oldest olive trees that still produces olives. So this tree was ancient, like it has been around since 1000 BC. And apparently the olives it produces are really bitter, but it was really cool to see a piece of history where they were still cultivating this really old tree and collecting its olives. So yeah, Crete was literally the best day of the entire trip because we got to see so much nature and have amazing food like the olive oil, the mountain tea, things that I had never had before. and we got a really up close and personal look at the culture because of our tour guide, Dionysus. So if I had to go back to Greece, I would probably just fly into Crete, maybe stay in that lodge that we had breakfast at, and explore the nature around the area. The next port we're going to be discussing in the next video is Rhodos, so please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you then.